What's up, YouTube? Money never sleeps. I got money on my mind. I'm sure most of you do too. Yeah, it's New Year's. Really, tomorrow for me, it's going to be just another day. For a lot of you, fresh start, fresh start financially, fresh start in life, fresh start with a lot of goals and dreams and all that stuff. Um, I don't really do New Year's resolutions myself. I just always strive to be better, to learn more, to get, do more with my time, be more productive. So I will continue that into 2023. I'm glad to see a lot of you have come and joined me in this, journey we're going to go on here, uh, leading into next year. And a lot of you are going to transition from only buy, hold, sell into learning how to play up and down. We had a lot of amazing uh, gains in the Discord in the last, just even in the last month. It really kicked off. I mean, over the summer we had a few: Lockheed Martin, Nike, Levi's, Carnival Cruise, Walmart. We had quite a bit, but this last month, really, a lot of people have been getting a lot more confident in this options strategy. It is 20 for 22, so it's like 9 for 10, right? Tested it all month. Like, it's an insane win rate. Looking forward to having that carry forward in January. But playing the downside is just going to be so critical and important for me and everybody else. And I'm just thrilled that some of you are starting to get it. You're starting to see, like, okay, this is legit. We don't just make money up. We can now make it down. Red days are green days. Green days are green days. It's no more feeling upset and disappointed when you see red on the market. I remember, I would say more back in the end of 2021, after June, after the big run up for AMC, coming into the end of 2021, there was a lot of red days. And then January, particularly this year, guys, January, we only had 2 green days the whole year. 2 green days. Me personally, I lost a significant amount of my account in that January. I mean, they said it was the worst month in like 35, 40 years, something like that. And I was a bull along with everybody else, always hoping that it would go up and not really understanding how to make money down. I'd probably actually already be retired if I just knew how to play down, because you couldn't have failed in January. It was just nonstop down. But I pivoted. I got away from a lot of the content creators that I was watching. That's really all they did. They put out content. They did not put out financial strategies or really anything you could bank on. A broken clock is right twice a day, and these YouTubers and the people on StockTwits, some of them, I mean, if they'd be lucky to write once a week, let alone twice a day. So the win rate with them just wasn't good. So I started my own thing. And so far, I think I'm genuinely helping a lot of people out, especially on the education side of things, and teaching them how to be successful or in this market, or navigate red days, and not really be too concerned with flashy names, right? No one was talking about Lockheed Martin, and it returned anywhere from hundreds to 2,600% for the people in my group. Levi's 80% overnight on a put. Walmart calls hundreds of percent. Doesn't always have to be flashy. And actually, these mega caps, a lot of them pay the most on the options. That thing moves 1 or 2% in a day. You're getting like hundreds of percent on the options. You couldn't even hope to get that out of the entire play of a squeeze. And you're in those things for days, weeks, months. AMC, you're in it for 2.5 years. Sorry, I'm like super sick. But I'm excited. I'm excited for next year. I've been happily doing my own thing now for like 7 months, 6, 7 months. And I wouldn't go back. The amount of free time I have not watching all those people and not getting all that bad info, I've made up for it by trying to grow what I'm doing and help others. But it's like, it's just, I don't know. It went from being just getting bad info and being just down all the time to doing something positive and growing and being excited for like any day. If it's a green day, cool. If it's a red day, personally, even better, because I think it's a lot easier to kind of foresee a red day and things coming down and cooling off. I mean, it's pretty hard to predict when things kick off. It's very hard because the big players with the big money, they control that. Okay, we never did, we never will. But the big money can really make it move. And when big money wants to be red, they leave it red. They let it bleed. Green, they can kick that off whenever they want. So I guess my only goal, for next year is to a little bit sorry, is to have a little more faith in the bull side, but it is going to be bad next year, guys, with the recession, the 3 to 6 more interest rate hikes that are coming. They said sustained rates. So for everybody that thought they would pivot, the Fed this year, that they would pivot, not once did they pivot, for starters, and they never themselves said they would do that. Absolutely none of them said that. They said, we're going to stick to our plan and we're going to see how it works. And if it works, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And that literally is what they did. And what they also said, if you paid attention to them, literally every time they spoke, like I did all year, they said that next year we will do 3 to 6 rate hikes. So it's at least 3 hikes. There won't be any declines. They won't do a reduction. They won't do a 50-point reduction or a 75 reduction. So when you guys are on the stock twist this year and you're on Twitter and you're watching YouTubers or whoever, and you hear them saying pivot, please don't get caught bag holding some garbage position in any stocks, because it might get a small rally on the hope, but they aren't going to pivot. They aren't going to do it. Be prepared for that. Be prepared to sit out of rallies or drops if you're really not comfortable with that kind of volatility too. Part of creating money or wealth and growing your account is also cash preservation as much as it is increasing. I know a lot of people, they're always want to know, what's the next play? What are we getting into today? Well, there's basic trading strategies for each day or week. And, there's also times where you just sit out, take a break. If you can win 60% of the time, you're going to have a good year. But if you're constantly trying to force plays, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to go. I did it on Friday. Just to give you an example, I thought end of day, because they were playing with the options all day. It was up, it was down. We were up I was up like 200% at the start of the day. And then going into close, they ramped the SPY up to 200 EMA, and that's where I wrote my puts, 200 EMA, because I thought, there'll probably be resistance, and at into the end of the year, they'll probably, day traders will want to peel out. We got a 3-day weekend, so day traders, they'll probably sell what they have, any long positions. They'll create sell pressure. And man, it just blew through. It blew through. But I tried to force it. I didn't need to force it. I was okay on the day. I did not need any more money, or I didn't need to expose myself to any losses. I just needed to just chill. But I had to force that play, and it cost me quite a bit. It cost me it was not a good day on yesterday. So it started great, turned out bad because I forced a play. So I just want you guys to know, think the same way. Maybe you get into a play overnight, and in the morning you wake up and it goes your way, and you take that money and you get out, and then you're good for the day, so that you can go in with a clear mind, maybe, or you come back halfway through the day or closer to the end of the day. You don't always need a play. The beauty with what I'm showing people in my strategy is it's always available. Always. There's no FOMO, guys. There's no FOMO with the options chain. Any stock can pay you hundreds of % every day. And if you look at my history, Every day it's like that, hundreds of percent. It's not made up. You could follow it yourself for a whole month and just fact check it. Like, it's all good. So there's no FOMO. The FOMO is like, man, I want to make more money. That's it. I want to get back my losses. And that's where we get into trouble. Trying to recoup our losses at an accelerated pace and not taking the proper risk management, or not, just not taking a step back, trying to force things. So that's what I want to work on next year. That's what I'd like to see some of you guys work on, because there's, you still hear it. What's the next play? And that's just like, that's not the mindset you want to be in. It shouldn't be what's the next play. It should be what will cause the next play. What event is going to cause the next play? What's happening in Russia, China? What's happening with medical stocks? What's happening with big tech, with pharma, with, what's happening that will cause a sector to move, or a specific play? Airlines, for example, and the Christmas fiasco. Now you know what the next play is. You need to know why something is a next play, not because a YouTuber told you that it's going to be a play, or someone on Twitter or StockTwits. Like, if most of those plays that you were told about, you never made a dime on, guys. I know. And I don't want to see you getting into the same patterns next year. What my Discord is about is like cultivating traders, okay? So you're going to learn to trade. You're going to learn why you make the decisions you make. And then you'll stay in the Discord, because it's a bunch of us who can feed off of each other and give each other actual credible information, not made up SI numbers, not made up float numbers, not penny pump and dumps, credible info that we can act on of various companies. And we're going to have eyes on a ton of plays across all the sectors, which this is what's already happening. We are starting to get members making callouts that isn't just like me and a couple other members. And that's what I want. And this is exactly what retail has needed the entire time. A group of actual traders who know what they're doing. And that doesn't mean that they didn't start down here and have progressed, right? It's like everyone's got to start somewhere. But not everybody learns at the same pace. You could pick it up in a week. I don't know. You could pick it up in a month. But being in the group is critical to all of our successes. Even having newbies come in, that's also good for the group and for myself, because you might get asked a question that you haven't seen in a while, and that's called a fresh set of eyes. I worked in oil and gas, and they always say, let's get fresh eyes on it. You might even take a guy who's in a different who runs a different section of the plant to get fresh eyes. He hasn't really seen your plant, so he can come and he can point some things out that you might have just gotten accustomed to and used to and become oblivious to, right? Same thing here, right? So I welcome everybody. Strong traders, intermediate, novice. Come in, try it, see if you like it, see if you want to stick around. Group is growing, so I got to be doing something right with these guys. And I'm telling you guys, it isn't going to be long before we start stacking these wins, and everybody is going to become free from it all. No jokes. I fully believe I will create a millionaire profile. Someone in here is going to produce. There's already a guy right now, and he is showing very good results every day. Every day. There's a gal. She's showing really good results. There's a lot of people showing results, but there's just a couple people in specifically that I'm just waiting for them to say, bro, I hit it. I hit it. I made 250 today, 500K today, something crazy, because it's going to happen. The way that these options work and the way that they pay out, and then the way some of these guys diamond hand some of this stuff, it is happening. 2023, I'm telling you right now, that is going to be my happiest moment, is when someone in this group tells me how they leveled up 6 figures, 7 figures. Hopefully, I don't know. hopefully, if if this doesn't interest you, you might want to just consider other alternatives to the same old people you've been watching, though, because guys, it's been 2 years. If they haven't done it for you yet, they're not going to do it for you. 95% of them buy, hold, pump something, pray it goes up, sell. And that's just not a winning strategy. You gotta be well-rounded enough to hit all sides of that. So hopefully we all get there together next year. And you guys, we will see you on Tuesday.